So there is something that needs to get done there. Okay, and that's what we are going to talk. So if we talk about numbers, 36% of total energy usage in United States is in commercial buildings. Okay, and that's like about 39% of total carbon dioxide emission. And as per one research, this is the number from Department of Energy, that there is an opportunity to save 30% of the energy if there are occupancy-based controls on HVAC system. Not on the lighting, that has been solved. I mean, in most of the buildings I go to, there are occupancy sensors for lighting controls. So, I mean, that has been done, but the next stage is how we do the same with the HVACs, with the energy. Okay. Next, please. So, why focus on HVAC? I mean, this is again the data from Department of Energy website. HVAC is 44% of the total cost, total energy consumption. Then comes lighting, office equipment, water heater, refrigeration, cooking, and others. So the next area to tackle is HVAC. I mean, do you have any smart HVACs at home? Even in residential building, like while I was working for Sunrun, they were trying to expand into smart appliances, like smart HVACs, so that it can run directly with the solar energy. Anyone has any experience? Smart HVACs, smart appliances, appliances for sure, yeah. Okay. Next, please. So what are the energy use cases? Office buildings are changing in nature. Okay, like people, occupants of those buildings are expecting a lot from office buildings. Okay, how many of you go to office now? Work from home, like show of hands. Who is working from home?
And kind of a big question is I have like 7 offices that I live in.
What's that?
There's about 7 different offices I live in up and down.
Okay.
Of which 3 of them are in college, 4 that are not.
Yeah. And the four are not, so majority is not. So there is a lot of opportunity there. Work is moving more and more hybrid. Okay. I mean, if not fully remote, more and more hybrid. Okay. People are coming to office for community. They want to work in the office, but it's more for community building. They gather in few area, have collaboration meetings, and then go home and work. Okay. They expect a lot from offices, like the comfort. There should be comfort. And I've worked in the offices which are either too cold or too hot. At home, I can control the temperature that I work in. I mean, that is like one of the things. I work out of Kiln office, so I have an office there. I mean, it's so cold. I'm like, oh, whether there are like 5 people or 50 people, the AC does not change. At home, I can control it. So, for occupant comfort, there is a use case, like how we can do it with the smart technology. And better integration with renewable technology. More and more companies want to reduce the carbon emission. Okay, so, and then reduce their carbon footprint. There is combination between IoT and renewable energy. Okay, let's go next. When we say smart building, what does a smart building have? There are a lot of components which go into making a smart building. You have a smart electric meter. Most of the electric meters right now are old. Smart electric meters can understand the real time. It can look at the real time readings and can give you information about what's going on, like what circuits are consuming more electricity. Okay, and if there is any anomaly in the energy consumption. So there are smart meters, smart thermostats. There are temperature and humidity sensors to change the label. Then there are occupancy sensors. The occupancy sensor that I'm talking about is, it can count number of people in this area. So if you put it like on the ceiling, it can count how many number of people, like perspective, occupancy versus passive occupancy. I mean, it can detect a lot of things. If you are sitting here and if you have a laptop and you go to the restroom, it knows that like the active occupancy is less, but passive occupancy would be more because you left your laptop here. So it's like doing a lot of things. Then there are air quality sensors, solar energy and battery storage, and then actuators and building automation system. Actuators are actual devices which either turn off the AC or turn it on. Okay, like these are actuators. So I work on a project with a company called PAE. They have smart systems which can, like, if the weather outside is good, it can automatically open the windows and turn off the AC or turn off the heater, like whatever the case. So, and that is all done through actuators which are controlled through building automation systems. I mean, stop me if you have any question. I mean, I can keep going. There is a lot to cover here, and I want to keep it like conversation going. So if you have any question about any of the component, let's talk.
Are the smart electric meters mostly something that consumers use, or is it something that's implemented by the municipal energy companies?
Yeah, I mean, in the residential space, it would be different. In case of commercial, it is usually done by the building owners. Like it's their own initiative. So that's what the project that I worked on, like we did like 2 different smart buildings. It was all like the initiative from the building owners, the engineering. Because they wanted to reduce their electricity cost for the same reason, like they were still paying the same amount, like they were paying about $108,000 per year for electricity cost before pandemic, during pandemic, and after pandemic it just increased. So they wanted to do something about it. So what is stopping companies or buildings to go smart? Okay, I mean there are sensors available, there are actuators available, but it's not so simple. It's a fragmented market. Every sensor, like if you go to like R0, there is one company, then there is like sensors from Honeywell. They have their own different protocols, they have their own SAS system. Nowadays the business model is you get a hardware and then these hardware companies would also give you subscription to their SAS. Okay, you pay just $200 for the hardware, but then you end up paying like $1,000 for accessing the data or looking at the chart on the SAS model. So I mean that's their business model. But that's one of the reasons that this is not prevalent. Like why companies are not implementing this, because this is pricey. It takes a lot of different systems. So if you talk about different protocols, there are MQTT, Message Queue Telemetry Transport. There is BACnet, like Building Automation and Control Network. Then there is LoRaWAN to transport the data, long range, wide area, Zigbee, Modbus, and then there are Bluetooth systems. So when companies start implementing, this is what they find. So when we were called to run a POC, we started getting different sensors. Okay, we thought like it would be easy to just